So welcome all. Here I am going to discuss the e-learning workshop conducted on 19th July, Sunday. So I made it into 8 parts because of the size. So in the first section, let us mention about the UAE website contents, particularly department and faculty information and dean's message. As we all know that the university's reflection or the university's image lies on their website. Unfortunately, we don't have a website at the present moment. And when we contacted the IATL, that is a software or the website development company, they told that still they didn't get the information, particular information. But when I discussed in the class, they told that many of them, they already shared the information. Okay, let it be like that. But even then, okay, forget about all the other things. Let us start from the beginning. If you can share those information with me, I can share it with Nafisa, who is in charge from UGC, or I can directly hand over this one to the company. So I made what I can tell that like a sample website, means a layout, a sample layout. So let me first discuss about the University of Garden City website layout sections. Here we are having the about, so that is about the university, the colleges, different colleges, faculty of engineering, faculty of computer studies, faculty of law, etc., academic programs, industry, research, administration, admission, library, and our e-learning section. So they already created on website, but it is static in nature, which does not have the quality that we expected. So from the management, what they had informed them, they informed them to make the changes, make some changes, or make an alternative website, like a dynamic website, so that all the ERP packages and even e-learning can be embedded on it, so that we no need for going for different sites or different softwares. Everything will be clubbed in one session itself. So here we are considering about section, the president message, vice president message, etc., etc. Our section, that is, which I discussed in the agenda, that is about the faculty of engineering, faculty of different colleges. So when we are clicking the corresponding faculty, the next window, it will appear something like this. So in this case, what actually I want to tell you is, see, for example, when we are considering about the particular college, we need to mention about, if you are, for example, if you are telling about faculty of engineering or faculty of computer studies, surely we need to give a write-up, a small write-up about the college, about the department, about the faculty. And we also need the message from the dean. And like that, every department or every faculty have their own vision, mission, objectives. So these information we need from the dean. So if it is possible from the dean, if it is possible from the coordinator, or if it is possible from the faculties, that will be highly welcomed. And the other buttons, like it's not necessary, even then simply I'm mentioning about the academic programs like diploma, bachelor, masters, doctorate. And then we have one more thing, that is academic program booklet. Unfortunately, the UGC or the university does not have an academic booklet until this time. That is the total university's curriculum, the total faculty curriculum, both in English and Arabic, in a single booklet, and it will be normally distributed to all the departments or all the faculties. Unfortunately, we don't have it one, so we can create one. If you can share the curriculum of all the faculties, all the departments, all the colleges, so we can make it at least for the time being. Then industry innovation. Okay, all these things are being proposed to the IATL for making a new website. So let us start with our topic, that is e-learning. So we all know that e-learning can be termed as a network. There is network enabled transfer of skills and knowledge. With the help of network, with the help of internet, we are sharing our knowledge, sharing our skills, sharing our ideas, sharing the materials, lecture materials, etc., through an online medium. In other words, e-learning or electronic learning is a delivery of learning and training through digital resources. Although e-learning is based on formalized learning, it is provided through electronic devices such as computers, we are using tablets, we are using, or cellular phones or smartphones that are connected to the internet. This makes it easier for the users to learn anywhere, anytime, with a few or a little restrictions. So, before introducing e-learning to an organization, we should know that whether the university or the faculty members, the students, the employees of the organizations are ready to implement or ready to adapt this e-learning. So first, anyhow, in our university, we already initiated. It is under process, and now we got the e-learning platform from the Open University, and we are planning to establish this one until our own system from the IATL company, which is developed or which is developing in Odo, will be ready. So checking the readiness of the organization to accept e-learning, etc., etc. There are total 7 readiness. Like we can tell that the psychological readiness, attitude of the employees and the top management. Okay, we can tell that it is already been ready. Second one, the social readiness, the interactive learners. That is the students whether they can adapt to the new learning, because still now they are having the face-to-face meetings or face-to-face lectures or teaching. So when it is been completely moved into or partially moved into an online medium, whether it is acceptable to them, etc. Environmental readiness, the internal and external factors of the organization. Then human resource, the availability of staff, both internal and external. Then technological readiness, the technological skills your employees they are having. That means, suppose if we are considering about a PowerPoint or PowerPoint with audio or video or YouTube video creation or website means web pages creation, wiki pages creation, etc. That we will go through when we are dealing with the open platform, the open e-learning platform. Then financial readiness. Okay, these are all been accepted. Content also we can make it, because since it is the digital age, we can collect maximum information, the latest information, updated information from the internet. But even though we are having all these things, there will be always some barriers we must face to prevent a successful implementation or adoption of uh, these kinds of new technologies and its benefits. Like, for example, one is the personal barriers. Sometimes employees are not willing to accept. Employees may not accept to take the responsibility of learning, means in the online medium. And learning style barriers, which I already mentioned, the students, the customers, our customers are students, whether they are ready to accept the corresponding learning styles. Then instructional barriers. Suppose if the employees are not updated, that is always they will think that what is the difference or what is the advantage of online learning with the traditional learning. They will always feel that traditional learning, that we can interact with the students face to face. If the students are having any problems, we can immediately solve the problem, etc., etc. There are many things. But when it comes to online medium, we have many benefits that I will tell you afterwards. Then comes organizational barriers, the cost of implementing e-learning compared to the traditional learning. But fortunately, our organization, they are ready to implement e-learning, and they already started the procedures. They already given the uh, consent to the concerned IATL company to develop the learning LMS, learning management system. Then content barriers. Um, See, always we expect our expectation will be very high with respect to the course, the materials, the quality, etc. But in some of the organization where I worked before, I could able to find still they are using the old syllabus, like the syllabus from 2007. There is no update on it, so automatically the content also will be the same. If the syllabus is old, automatically the contents also will be old. That is another barrier. Then situational barriers. So the employee situation, the current situation, COVID-19. Due to that, the bridges are closed, so the employees cannot able to come to the university too often. So they will face, sometimes they may not have a smartphone, or sometimes they may not have a laptop with the latest softwares like Office 365 for preparing PowerPoint with audio or PowerPoint with video, etc. There are situational barriers will be there. Then technological barriers. Yes, we are facing the problem now, because we are facing with electricity, we are facing with internet, we are facing with internet cost, we are facing with internet coverage, etc. Once if you identify these barriers and finding a solutions, we can tell that we can make a wonderful educational environment for our students. So some of the advantages of e-learning for education. So before going with the e-learning concepts, let me first tell you about a slogan, that is, we need to bring learning to people instead of people to learning. So we need to drag the people, bring learning to people. That means we need to provide the learning to people. We need to attract the people rather than people comes for learning. In the digital age, in the 21st century, we can tell that they are always expecting, or they are always thinking about what the latest trends, what the latest updates they can have it. So the advantages of e-learning in education, the first one is online learning is self-paced. Yes, students who study online can plan their own time schedule without having to make personal sacrifices in order to meet the class attendance requirements of teachers and traditional universities. The research has demonstrated that self-paced learning leads to increased student satisfaction and reduced stress, resulting in improved learning outcomes for everyone involved. So some of the advantages, for example, we can tell like efficiency, effectiveness, convenience, scalability, and reusability. E-learning is student-centered. So student-centered learning, that is SCL, are referred to as learner-centered education. It's a modern learning method which aims to put the students in the center of focus. So the total focus is on the student rather than on the teachers. The reason is why I listed it as one of the advantages of e-learning as that student-centered learning goes hand in hand with e-learning. Online learning is fundamentally student-centered due to the easy implementation of student discussion boards and peer grading systems. So, an example I mentioned in the classroom. See, this is the oldest Moodle systems that we are having in the open university system. But when we are going with the Moodle 3.9 or the latest version, updated version like 3.4 or 3.5, etc., like that, we have two kinds of assignment. First assignment, the normal assignment. Second one is Turnitin. So that is it automatically detects the plagiarism and it will provide you the grade. So for the faculty, they don't no need to worry about anything. So what you want to do is that just to access or just create the assignment in the Turnitin assignments page, provide the assignments. After that, you simply keep silent because everything will be done by the system itself. It will fetch the attachment sent by the student. It will just scan the entire document and it will tell whether the assignment or the material is taken from any links or any webs or any other place, any ebooks or anywhere, and it will provide the grading also. Then you can make the modification afterwards. Then comes individual learning styles. Due to simplified logistics and lowered travel cost, among other factors, the learning institutions who utilize e-learning can expect at least 50% to 70% of their overall training costs. So cost efficiency in e-learning applies not only to the education institution, but it also similarly applies to the students. As an example, e-learning reduces all the costs associated with the commuting, textbooks, and childcare. For education institution, the cost effectiveness in e-learning can also be advantageous when used together with classroom-based learning. Then comes customized or customizable learning environment. E-learning takes into consideration the difference of individual learners and it allows students to participate their own individual learning styles. E-learning fully utilizes analytics. So employees working on environment without pictures, plans, souvenirs and other were 50% less productive than those working with the set distractions. This is about the learning environment. So when it comes to analytics, data is a new role, and e-learning makes use of students' data much more effectively than any other form of learning in history. That is because of e-learning analytics. So it is extraction of valuable information from online learning management systems, and it's another one of the greatest benefits of e-learning analytics. Educational institutions can improve their training materials and boost learning outcomes in various ways. For example, if you have data on a student's dropout rates, we can identify potential pitfalls in your learning materials and eliminate them. That means we can get the feedback from the students so that we can make improvements in our education. So online learning could solve teachers' scarcity. So this is one of the threat which we can able to tell. So in 2009, we can tell that the Economic Policy Institute, or EPI, educational economist, wrote in their report that the shortage of experienced teachers is a real, large, growing, and worse than we thought. However, the Learning Policy Institute has also identified the problem of teacher scarcity on numerous occasions, describing as one of the most pressing issues facing for the policymakers. So regular university have an average of 16.5 students per staff member, while e-learning courses compiled by one or two qualified and experienced teachers can be served to thousands, if not millions of students. That is one advantage. Then comes e-learning is environmental friendly. On average, distance learning courses consume 90% less energy and emitted 85% fewer carbon dioxide emissions than traditional university courses. In addition, as e-learning is a paperless learning method, it does not contribute to many of the environmental issues associated with the paper production. Then comes no need for textbook. And finally, online learning is time efficient. So online learning cuts the learning time down by 25% to 60% compared to the traditional classroom learning. So in order to plan an effective e-learning program, here I created a mini strategic plan for 2020 to 2015. So as we all know that learning is a collaborative effort, or the success of e-learning is a collaborative effort. So here I'm just explaining it through diagram. First, the stakeholder buy-in and support. Yes, we already got the support from the top level management or even from the Minister of Education. Then comes the content. Since it is digital, we can always expect the latest updated contents. Then comes technology and infrastructure like server deployment, user management, content management, ongoing support and help desk systems. Yes, technology, okay, to an extent, we can tell that we can afford. Then comes the training, which I am providing to you now. So training is important, and then finally monitoring and evaluation. So these two are, because we already got the support from the stakeholders, we already got the support from the top management and employees or the faculty members. The content we can create because we have access to internet. Technology and infrastructure, we have the latest technologies and we have the developers also. Then comes the training, because see, all the faculty members are not familiar with the latest technologies. So surely, even some of the people, they don't know how to prepare materials in PowerPoint, or how to convert a PowerPoint into a video, or how to convert a PowerPoint or a Word document into PDF file. Sorry, don't misunderstand. I'm telling you the fact. So training is always important. We need to give training to the faculty members to use the e-learning in a perfect way. Then comes monitoring and evaluation. Because if you are monitoring and evaluate it properly, we can extend the quality for a certain period of time. Thank you. This is the first session. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel for continuous support. And part 2 is coming soon.